their rookie salesperson now, Danny, or I'll put you in your place.
I'm going to keep an eye out for him.
There you go. Let's see, Stephen, did I get that right?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Awesome. And Stephen, you're with who? I'm sorry.
Habitat Computer Corporation.
Oh, fantastic. How's Dave and Lindy doing?
Wonderful. They're actually in Utah right now.
Oh, okay. How long have you been doing App?
About a year and a half now.
Okay, good. Have you been to a tag event before?
I have not.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's see. And not the famous, but how about the infamous? You know, there's a difference between those two words. Vic Levinson.
What's up, Brian?
How are you? Long time no talk. How's your summer?
Long time no talk. I've got Joe Donahue and our newest addition, Alan Kaplan.
Oh, fantastic. Alan is, what's Alan's role?
Alan is starting off doing some CA work, and long-time listener, first-time caller.
Ah, okay. Fantastic. Well, Alan, welcome. When was his first day?
Last week. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. So, Alan, congratulations again. Just like Rick, Vic is another member of ours that's very highly respected, as well as Scott Hobbs on the call and Kim up at Allphase. So we have a number of our owners on the call today. So and again, another great organization that you're going into. Vic's been around for a long time. He's also well known in the Channel Partners group. Some of you on the call know the Channel Partners Association and organization. They meet a couple times a year. They put on massive conferences with big exhibit halls. My partner Dale Stein has been associated, been on the advisory board. Vic is on the advisory board for that group. So you're dealing with another great owner, and you're in a great spot. So congratulations to the new salespeople that we have on board here. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
So many of you are meeting me for the first time. So I'm Brian Seward. I'm the president of TAG and also partner at our other company, which is Voice Smart Networks. So Voice Smart is our company that's feet on the street. We sell throughout Southern California, from Ventura, LA, San Diego, Orange County, Riverside, all that kind of good stuff. We have Preston, who's one of our new salespeople on this particular webinar. Preston joined us a couple months ago, and he's been doing some fantastic things with generating appointments through one of the 12 different ways that we recommend. He's having very good success, early success with the door knocking process. So if you're a salesperson on this call and you haven't been in the video section of the TAG website, we have a tremendous amount of resources for you there. One of them is you'll see a whole door knocking process, door knocking campaign, again, as one of the many ways of prospecting. We've got it down to a science where you can download the script, that you make the call after you knock on the door, you get the business card, and then you start prospecting that individual. We have everything on a Word document, the scripting, the email campaign that after you make the phone call, you send an email. Can't get the person, you make another phone call, that script's there, you send another email, all that kind of good stuff. And everything, again, you can take a look at that webinar, it's recorded, and so on. So you got a lot of resources there. There's a variety of different videos to take a look at, whether from a prospecting standpoint, from a cold calling standpoint, if you're selling managed services, we have a whole new webinar series recorded on there. So there's a lot of information out there. If you're, as a new salesperson, if you'd like to give me a call or anyone else here a call, please do so. We can walk you through all the different things that we have for you at TAG, the different webinars available to you. Our whole goal is to help everyone on this call be successful in what they do. That's what we're passionate about, and that's why we're here. So with that, also, Kim, you out there?
Yes, hi.
Okay, hi, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Excellent. So, okay. So, I think that why don't we go ahead and get started. Again, as I mentioned, we have a number of webinars for salespeople, this being one of them. We have webinars on bird dogs, on how to go back into the base, on how to present CTAP, on the sales process, on all kinds of good stuff. This one focuses primarily on how to successfully set appointments when you receive your marketing leads. So let's see, did KD make it? Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. Welcome, KD. Again, were you kind of listening for the introduction as well?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, welcome. KD is part of Heartland Technology Solutions, our newest tag member. Did you have an opportunity to meet Dale Stein, I think last week?
I did not.
Okay. So, which office are you out of?
I'm in the Joplin, Missouri office.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. So Heartland is a multi-location IT organization, both on the professional services side as well as hardware. Very sizable company. I think, I believe you're about 40 employees, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
How long have you been there?
About 2.5 years.
Okay, excellent, excellent. They are expanding their product portfolio. They were introduced to us by Jake Anderson over at BevCom. They're expanding their product portfolio and getting into voice for the very first time. So excellent. Welcome. And again, KD and all the other salespeople, again, please don't hesitate to give me a call. I can walk you through all the different things that we can help make you successful. So with that, this primarily, again, focuses on the how to generate appointments from the leads that we're receiving through our tag advertising and lead generation system. For some of you that are new, this may be new to your organizations. Preston, have you been sending out emails to your group over at BSN?
What did you say, sir? Sorry, you kind of cut out.
AJ's got you all set up and you're sending out emails to your prospects and customers and all that good stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent, perfect. Okay, then I'll go ahead and probably going to pull you into the conversation a little bit as we go through here. So like I say, Preston works for is in sales over at Voice Smart, so he's one of our salespeople. So again, so some of you meeting us for the first time, the TAG organization is an education training organization that teaches best business practices, essentially for the technology space. Our own organization, like I say, delivers voice, managed services, surveillance, a number of different types of solutions throughout Southern California. So with this, some of you, like I say, are new. Have the owners with new employees, let me ask Vic, I know you're utilizing the tag advertising lead generation system. I believe it's Alan, has he seen the ads? Has he been exposed to it?
No, not yet.
Okay, not a problem.
This is my first tag event.
Okay, no, I mean the ads that you're sending out to your base. Have you seen the marketing campaign? Okay.
Not yet.
Not a problem. Let's see, Rick, I believe it's Danny. Has he been exposed to it?
I don't like the word exposed, but yes, he has been programmed.
It's all right. There's been a lot of exposure going on, especially if with Ashley Madison out there, right? So all the more reason why we need to start selling cybersecurity to our customers.
Yeah, my wife asked me about the Ashley Madison issue, and I said I had never heard of it, didn't know what she was talking about. So found that reassuring.
So you pleaded ignorant and innocent, right? So there you go. So, but I did learn. Here's one thing. Obviously there's search engines out there where you can plug in any email address you want to see if it's up on the database. I just learned yesterday that you can take your own email address, plug it into a crawler, and that crawler will go through your entire personal database. So, for example, it can go through your Outlook, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, and it will tell you all those people you're connected to, which ones are on Ashley Madison's website. So you can find out anybody that you're connected to who might be on Ashley Madison. So if you're curious about any one of your friends or anybody you know being on there, you can.
I just did it. It seems like the toe tag board is on there.
Ryan, you just joined us from Black. Excellent. Okay, so for some of you that are just joining or being exposed, again, use a different word, learning about the advertising lead generation for the first time. A few years ago, we spent a tremendous amount of resources on developing advertising campaigns for our members on a variety of different topics. They can be used as email campaigns, ads, flyers, postcards, landing pages, all kinds of good stuff. This particular webinar is going to focus on the email engine that we built into our website, and some of you are also utilizing Atomic 8-Ball to launch these campaigns. So if you go to our TAG website, so those of you that are new, we do all the heavy lifting. We'll set up your company so you can start benefiting from these advertising campaigns. Just log into the website, and those of you that are new salespeople, please make sure you get your logins to the TAG website. Just email Janet at tagnational.com, and she will give you your logins to the site. So you can go to the marketing section, and from there you will find a tremendous amount of advertising material and collateral. And essentially, once AJ loads your company up with your email addresses, your database, all that good stuff, and you can define what groups you want advertising campaigns to go to. You can pick any one of these ads. So, for example, under Cloud Voice, I can pick one of these, and in seconds, it will auto-populate with the Washington Network's logo, their contact information, and you can select the date and the email group you want it to go out to, and it automatically fires it out. It's extremely quick and easy. And like I said, we will do the heavy lifting for you. So, and if you want to get it launched for your company, please contact AJ, AJO at Tag National. He will set you up, and he also delivers another webinar on the system itself. But you don't have to wait for that. You can get up and running as quickly as possible. So with that, many of you have launched the system and have started targeting your, whether it's prospects, customers. So Atomic 8-Ball, who's our partner, essentially embedded the email engine. We do all the creative. They've embedded the engine. Some of you are on Atomic 8-Ball's Atomic Marketing Program. That program gives you a little bit more flexibility in terms of the number of emails you want to get sent out and things like that. So, for example, Preston is a salesperson at VoiceSmart, and all of our salespeople at VoiceSmart, we have 5 of them, they have different target groups set up, and what will essentially happen is they have information that will, everything's all set up, and it comes out from Preston's, it'll all get all set up, and it'll get all sent out under Preston's name. It has his contact information, his cell number on there, and all that good stuff, so people can reach him directly. But this information gets set up. So here's just some examples of the campaigns that we have. There's multiple different types of campaigns. This one is geared towards managed services. Friends, don't let friends try to solve their own computer problems. Managed services constantly solves problems automatically, 24/7 network monitoring, all that kind of good stuff. So they're short, they're sweet, they're funny, they're meant to grab attention. And there's a reason why there's not a lot of copy on here. People don't read newsletters anymore. They don't read blogs and all that kind of good stuff. So we try and cut through the noise by making it humorous with attention-grabbing subject lines and things of that nature. Houston, we have a problem. Wait, never mind. CTS already fixed it. Again, this one focuses on managed services. We get a lot of great feedback from our members, customers, and even in our own business at VoiceSmart. Again, in the area of data backup, Steve didn't back up his business files. Don't be Steve, and you've got Steve sitting there with a dunce hat on, right? The Washington Networking. There you go. Is your network security all bark and no bite? You got this ugly-looking dog sitting near the face, right? And it's got information about the network security, which is obviously we're talking about. Ashley Madison, you know, the UCLA healthcare system was hacked not too long ago. 7 million patient medical records, social security numbers, and all that good stuff. That's all in somebody else's hands right now. So network security, cybersecurity is a hot topic. Many of our members, including ourselves, a lot of you on this particular call have done very well with surveillance. We have campaigns on surveillance, simply telling people that you're installing security cameras decreases theft, Department of Common Sense. Everyone is more honest when they know they're on camera. So we have campaigns on that. The string just got a whole lot cooler. It's called SIP. Imagine how excited nerds were when they first found out about the internet. That's how excited we are for SIP. Business owners should be excited too. So we've got the breadth and depth of campaigns. As you can see, you can kind of get an image for those of you that have never seen the system before. Many of you, those that came from the voice world, obviously have a tremendous amount of manufactured, discontinued product that are sitting out there, phone systems that are 10, 12, 15, 20, over 20 years old. That's a whole other campaign that we can go after. Popular things in the 90s, a Walkman, your desk phone, your business has changed a lot, your phone system should too. So these types of campaigns that are sitting out there. So as what we did is like I say, we developed this with Atomic 8-Ball a few years ago. And please, if you're not utilizing the system, please do so. At a minimum, what it does is it gets your name and your logo out in front of your customers and your prospects on a consistent basis every single month. Our emails go out. Preston, correct me if I'm wrong, we do the first Tuesday of every month. Is that what we're doing?
Correct.
Yeah, so for all of our salespeople, we send out one per month to the different groups for each guy. And we send them out the first Tuesday of every month. Okay? So at a minimum, from a marketing standpoint, it doesn't take hardly any time for AJ to do everything for you, get you uploaded. Again, we need, it's not the end all or be all, but it's one of many ways we need to market our organizations. And again, it's that constant reminder that, oh yeah, Comtech provides me with a variety of different technology solutions. Oh yeah, I'm partnered with Comtech. Oh, I need something. Maybe I'll call Comtech. But having that consistent messaging out there. What happens in small business, regardless if you're selling technology or something else, right? Marketing gets thrown on the bottom of the totem pole, unfortunately, because there's no time, there's no resources, and there's a lack of money. Well, what we've done is we've tried to eliminate all those challenges and build in a very user-friendly system that allows you to get your name and presence out there. So with that, as you can see here, what happens then when one of those ads, again, for those of you that aren't familiar with the system, when one of those ads goes out, and again, it goes out under your company's name, your company's logo, contact information, all that good stuff. So this is a real life ad that was sent back. So this is from Michael McKenna. He's one of VoiceSmart's salespeople. And you can see here, as owners on the call, you can also get copied on any of the leads coming back to your company. Okay? So you can see what leads are coming back and so on. So, for example, what happens then with the system, this is one of Michael's customers. And if you can see here, let me see if I can pull up one of these tools here. Bear with me here. If you can see here, this is Mike. So this is Michael. The lead got sent out from the system to Michael McKenna, salesperson for VoiceSmart. So what happens is when Sherry Rice at San Diego Homes and Estates opened this managed services email 3 times, the moment she opened it 3 times, this email, this lead, the tag advertising lead generation system, will shoot you this email. So another lead brought to you by tag, make the call and set the appointment, right? That's our action item as salespeople. Make the call, set the appointment. So what happens is this email gets shot to Michael, right? And so what it does is it shows Sherry's name, her email address, what ad she saw, what company she's with, and the screenshot got cut off, but it will also show Sherry's title and her phone number. Okay, so the moment Sherry clicks on the email 3 times, this is what is sent to, whether it's you, the owner, whether it's your salesperson, whatever the case may be. That's how we set it up. So now I have the ability, and the whole point of this now is I'm kind of reducing what would normally be potentially a cold phone call into a little bit softer of a call, because hopefully our name as a company and the ad itself potentially can be top of mind. That's what we're looking to achieve here. So this is the email that gets sent to you. Okay, makes sense, everybody? Anybody have any questions so far? For those, especially those that are new. Okay, so once we do that, we've created it in a manner where, you know, all of our salespeople, obviously everybody's mobile today. You're going to get these leads coming on your phone. You're going to get them, you know, they're going to hit you in different places. So that way you have the ability to, if you're on the road, you're at an appointment, you get done with appointment, before an appointment, you have the ability to make a quick phone call and call that individual when you get that lead sent back to you, right? So, and before you make the phone call, particularly if it's not an existing customer, because obviously, you know, setting appointments with the existing customers is just important as setting appointments with prospects. But from a prospect perspective, before you make that phone call, again, like we've always discussed in sales training, again, we go to LinkedIn. We look that individual up on LinkedIn. We get familiar with who they are. If we're not already familiar with them, it gives us the opportunity to see who we might be connected to with that individual. So the more information we have on that individual, the better off we're going to be. So what we do is we go to LinkedIn first. We scan their LinkedIn profile. We have a little bit better understanding. We can see who we have, what we have in common with the individual, and again, who we might be connected with. So it's a little bit, so it allows us to have a little bit higher probability of success. We have some information, not as intrusive, and we go from there. So that's the next step in this process, right? Before you make the phone call. And what's critical is, what we want to do is, obviously, as always, get past the gatekeeper. And we use the same techniques on making this phone call, just like what we've done, you know, in getting past the gatekeeper on the video that we have on the TAG website. So again, those of you that are new, we have a whole nother video, about 20 minutes, on getting past the gatekeeper. So essentially, we use the same technique that we've always done. Hi, this is Brian from VoiceSmart Networks. I need to talk to Sherry. Is she available? Right? So what we're doing is we're giving 2 out of the 3. Because again, what are the 3 questions that someone can ask you? Scott, what are the 3 questions someone can ask you, or what the gatekeeper can ask you?
I'm sorry, is that directed at me?
Yeah, I wanted to wake you up.
Well, you did a good job. So if I pose it in this frame, I need to talk to her. What's the 3 things that she's likely to ask me?
Right.
Can I ask who's calling?
Yeah, so who is it?
Yeah, who's this? What's this about?
Yep. Yep, exactly. Who is it? You got 2 of the 3. So who is it? What is it about? And where are you from? So what we're doing is we're giving who is it and where are you from already out there. So 2 of the 3, right? So we always do that no matter who we're calling, if it's our existing customers, no matter who it is. It just allows you to get to people quicker, faster, and easier. And again, when you use words like need or things of that nature, you know, it puts a little bit of urgency in there. And it also, you know, we use her first name. You know, I prefer using your own first name. So there's a sense of familiarity in there, right? So again, we're giving the 2 out of the 3, like we've always talked about in the past. And there's commonality there, and the ability to probably a pretty good chance that Brian knows who the hell Sherry is. Okay, so I got a higher probability that I'm going to get pushed through, right? So what we've been doing at VoiceSmart, again, this is everything that we've been doing in our company, and we always test, and we always massage, and we always change things to see, you know, is it effective, not effective, what can we be doing a little bit differently. But once I get to Sherry, we're talking to our customers, like yourself, about managed services. Remember, I sent her the managed services campaign, right? So, and this can be on, we can modify this copy here for any type of campaign that you're sending out, okay? So specifically, Sherry saw the email on managed services. So Sherry, hey Sherry, how's it going? Hey, we're talking to our customers like yourself about managed services and how we as a company proactively manage your computer network. We'd like an opportunity to talk to you about cloud technology and its impact on businesses we're providing the service to. Can you meet with me on Tuesday at 10:30 or would Wednesday at 1:30 be better? Okay, because all of the entire objective of what we're trying to do here is just set an appointment. Just want 15 minutes of somebody's time, because we all know if we can get in front of somebody, we have it gives us the ability to find what their pain points are, what their needs are, and what can we do from that we can generate opportunities and bring solutions to different types of individuals, right? So our whole goal is, can we sit down with somebody for 15 minutes, right? So, hey Sherry, we're talking to our customers like yourself about managed services and how we proactively manage your computer network. We'd like the opportunity to talk to you about cloud technology and its impact on businesses we are providing services to. Can you meet with me? So we always end with, can you not throw it out there? We select a date and a time, and we typically, the strategy is we give them two different options, right, and on potentially 2 different days. And again, if we leave it open-ended, it's a little bit more challenging for somebody to come up with a time and so on. So we target in on a time. And like I say, we modify this copy here based on what the topic is of the campaign. So if we're doing, whether it's surveillance, whether it's hosted voice, whether it's whatever the case may be, we have the ability to modify it. Sherry, we're talking to our customers like yourself about security and surveillance and how we proactively manage that network for your organization. We'd like to talk to you about those types of solutions that you may or may not presently have in your business and how it can add value to this service, can add value to your organization. Can you meet with me on, or whatever the case may be. So we modify it based on what we're trying to do, right? And so again, what we want to do is, I'll just go back a step. We want to make sure that we want to follow up within about 2 hours of getting this email, right? If we wait a few days, well, it's pointless at that point, right? It's no longer top of mind. It's no longer, it's a little bit harder to zero in. So ideally, we're trying to follow up an hour to 2 hours after we get this message. That's most optimal, right? The further the time goes by, the less it's in somebody's mind. Again, what we're trying to do, it's still a cold phone call, right? We're still talking about making somewhat of a cold phone call, but the concept is, at least it softens it a little bit, right? We're not selling anything here. All we're trying to do is get the appointment. We're not selling anything. We don't sell anything over the phone, as we all know. We don't get in talking about how the technology works or those types of things. All we're trying to do is get someone to get it, so we have the ability to get in front of. And typically the ratio is, if I make 12 cold phone calls, I should get one appointment out of the 12, right? So there you go. So from here, we go back and say, okay, let's just say, let me ask you a question. Any questions so far? Seems pretty straightforward. Any questions so far? And Preston, have you been? I know you're new. Have you been had much time spent on following up these emails?
Yeah, a little. I mean, I've been spending a lot in the field, So, but it definitely kind of goes along with following up with those leads as well, too. But yeah, I've been working on the Orange County list a lot. So.
Okay. So what can Sherry say? Thanks, Brian. We got mixed up on this PowerPoint, but thanks, Brian. But I'm not really interested at this time. Okay, Sherry. Not a problem. How are you currently managing your network today? again, current, okay, Sherry, how are you currently, whether it's cameras or whatever the case may be, how are you currently managing your surveillance or IP security today, right? Things of that nature. So what we're doing is, thanks, Brian, but I'm not really interested at this time. Okay, Sherry, not a problem. How are you managing your network today? All we're trying to do is throw another question out, okay? And so, we have it. So if she says, well, we have an outside service that's been taking care of us for a number of years, right? There's a good chance could be the response. Okay, I understand, but would you be interested in taking a look? Would you be interested in taking a look at a different way of doing that? Again, all we're doing is asking a series of questions. Hey, sure, I understand that. I understand you have a company that you've been dealing with, but would you be interested in taking a look at maybe doing it differently, right? For example, in the area of cameras, sure. Again, you might, hey, Sherry, probably utilizing analog cameras. Is that what you might be having going on within your company? Well, sure. Well, a different way of looking at it might be IP, today's technology, what analytics can potentially be doing for your business. Just need about 15 minutes of your time to show you and help you maybe take a look at it differently. It may or may not benefit your organization, but at least you had an opportunity to take a look at it. Does 1:30 on Thursday or 10:30 on Friday work better for you? Okay, so all we're doing again is asking a series of questions. We have an outside service that's been taking care of us for a number of years. Understand that, Sherry, respect that, but would you be interested in taking a look at doing it differently? Okay? And they're really benign questions, right? So, and if Sherry sits back and says, okay, well, not really, Brian. Well, I understand that, Sherry. Change is always a challenge for all of us. If you could give me 15 minutes of your time, I know I'm not going to waste it. Just let me show you how I can increase your profitability and give you a competitive advantage in your marketplace. Would you be able to do that on Thursday at 1:30 or Friday at 10:30? Would that work for you? Okay? So, again, all we're doing is going through a series of different questions. And so part of the response could be even, okay, Sherry, I understand that. I wouldn't be wasting your time or my time if I didn't think, well, would be valuable for you. Just need 15 minutes of your time. Might be a great way for you to take a look at doing a little bit differently than what you're currently doing today. And the mission of our company is our goal is to increase profits and give you a competitive advantage. Would you like to meet with you on Thursday at 10:30 or 1:30 on Friday, whatever the case may be? So you have the ability to massage this, change it around, but sometimes it's pretty compelling to say, and we've taught our salespeople to sit back and modify that one too, like I said earlier. Sherry, understand that. I wouldn't be wasting your time or my time if I didn't think what I'd be able to talk to you was valuable for your organization and maybe looking at things a little bit differently than what you're currently doing today. Let me show you how we can increase your profits and give you a competitive advantage. Okay? So they're short, they're sweet, they're to the point. Again, all we're doing is, okay, we have an opportunity to make a call to someone that my name might be top of mind, and obviously the subject matter might be top of mind. And again, obviously we should have a better opportunity, again, because we should be breaking down our customer segments, if you will, in the advertising and lead generation system based on essentially, obviously customers, prospects, and there's a number of different things that we can segment that out. But, again, if I have that relationship with a customer, it might be some time since I've spoken to them, whatever the case may be, it allows me to get back in there to see what we can be doing for them in addition to what we might already be providing. So essentially what we've done here is we've asked for the appointment at 3 different times throughout this conversation, right? And if we're not asking for the appointment at least that many times, we have a high, it reduces our probability of getting that appointment. So again, existing customers a little bit easier than what we're than going in from a prospect perspective. But again, we're trying to zero in, make it as efficient as possible, and do what we need to do to get at least someone to meet with us, right? That's our whole objective. Because again, what sales is all about is how much flesh you touch in life, right? The more flesh you touch, the more hands you shake, the more people you talk to, will enable you to make as much money as you want or as little money as you want. It's all up to you, right? So this is another tool that we're able to give salespeople to leverage and utilize to be more successful. Okay. So just want to talk about so those of you that have been utilizing the campaign, been launching it, how you doing with follow up, what successes you might be having, challenges you might be having. Let's see. I believe. Let's see. I know. If you're looking at the list here, Scott, are you? I know you. Are you? AJ's ramped you up. You should. I believe you're sending out email monthly.
Yeah, actually, the sales guy that we had, Josh, moved on, and he was doing a great job with that. Had sat through this class. Jay and I are now picking it up. Jay's my customer advocate, and we're kind of sharing the responsibility of doing that. So I wanted to just hone my skills again, go through this, and look at it. We are getting success. The emails that we started sending out, we're in our second month. We've had maybe 3 opportunities. We're sending them to our customer base of clients who've reached back out to, I shouldn't say reach back out to us, but open email enough times, get the notification, and then we engage with them. Fortunately, some of them aren't as difficult as this one in the sense that we have a relationship with those, but we know it's not all of them aren't always going to be that as we broaden in that.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I say, obviously, if you're your existing customer, got a higher likelihood of setting the appointment and so on.
Yeah.
But good. How many months have you been sending this information out now?
So we just did our second mailing, mailing, and we're doing it once a month.
Okay, excellent. So, perfect. And how many months in advance have you got it set up for to fire out?
I'd have to ask Courtney. She's doing that for me.
Okay, no problem. That's the other thing I want to mention to everybody. You can sit down and you can schedule the next 3 months, the next 6 months. You can schedule an entire year if you want to get blasted out of the system, right? So it's very easy to do. It only takes you a few minutes of one sitting to set as many months as you want to get that information out there. Kim over at Allphase, I believe, how long have you been utilizing the system?
We've been doing it for several years. We're all out of campaigns right now, and in fact, tomorrow we have a meeting to ramp this back up.
Okay, excellent. Now, has anybody up there been, as the leads come through, been following up on the leads?
As best as we can, yeah.
Okay, and what types of opportunities, challenges?
Well, predominantly it's been Ian by himself. And so we just hired another part-time salesperson to focus just on the hosted solutions and in a purchased list that we just received. And then I'm also ramping up the customer advocate side to get back into the base.
Okay, excellent. So if you haven't done so, take the webinar on how to replace manufacturer discontinued with.
I have.
Okay, perfect. Scott's an excellent resource for you as well on this call. Scott has done a tremendous job implementing it, and kind of was the initial member to get it off the ground. And so we took a look at what Scott was doing, and it was a great. He did a real nice job doing that. So we took a look at what he was doing and simply shared it with everyone so they could time. How's it going? Challenges, opportunities?
Vic stepped out. This is Alan. I'm the one sitting in on this,
Okay.
so I can't answer that, but this is just great stuff.
Okay, no problem. Not a problem. Let me ask you a question. Anybody have comments on the approach, the types of questions, you know, the responses, things of that nature? And obviously, you know, this is you know, not all the calls are going to go exactly this way, but at least it arms you with some responses. And again, you know, and you got to, just like anything else in life, you got to put everything in your own words. And, you know, Sherry, we're talking to our customers like yourself about managed services. Sherry, we're educating our customers like yourself about the value of managed services, right? So education is huge. That's a great one too. You know, Sherry, we're educating our customers about the value of security surveillance systems and how we help our customers implement that and proactively manage it long term, or whatever you want to say, you know, based on the topic. But, you know, the word education is key. You know, Sherry, we're talking to our customers, or Sherry, you know, we have campaigns going out to our customers on educating them on the value of managed services and how we proactively monitor their networks, things like that. So, again, you got to put things in your own words. But any comments on the types of content or questions that we have in here?
I do have a question. When the notification comes out after they open 3 emails, is it the same email or the same campaign, or could it be?
No, it could be. So, for example, the reason why we set it at 3. So, for example, in any email marketing engine you use, right? Like if we went in if Scott Hobbs sent me an email right now, and on this call, and he sent me, and I bounced over to my inbox, and I just clicked it from black to gray, but I didn't even open it. That's counted as open, right? So that's why we triggered it as 3 times, so to actually have it physically open. So you could have an email that you shot out to somebody that, I mean, the campaign is going to be different. It could be different. You know, you might have somebody that has an email campaign sitting in their inbox. They've opened it a couple of times, but maybe that third open was, you know, a week later or 2 weeks later or things like that. So it's not always going to be the same campaign, right?
Okay, that's what I was wanting to know. That's perfect.
Yeah. So, but what's nice is, like I say, if you look at this, it will always tell you what campaign they received. So then that will allow you to modify what you're going to say, right?
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So because what happens is, like it says, managed services 01. For fun, let's just say, if you go into the back end of our engine and you hover over, when you pick an ad, this could be managed services 01. So when you click on that link, it will show you which ad was sent. You have all that insight to you. Any other comments or questions regarding just the manner in which, I guess, the conversation with a customer or prospect?
Brian, Rick here. You've been doing this now for a number of years. Have you been able to keep any kind of helpful statistics to say that, you know, if you mail to 1,000, you'll get, on average, we're getting 3 click-throughs, or you see anything like that?
Yeah, great question. I don't remember. I don't have the latest stuff from. I can't remember it, obviously. I can definitely get it for you from Atomic, but it is pretty high. I mean, not high, but you are getting a number of these every time you send them out. You know, I can find that percentage out of what the latest is from Atomic because they keep those statistics.
I just think it's helpful on all these things. Door knocking campaign, just have that rule of thumb. You know, you spend an hour out there, you come up with you should come up with a good lead for every hour, and you put the time out there. You can't expect to get the leads, but if you put 10 hours out, you know, if you're doing it right, you should get 10 good leads or some sort of math like that. Sort of sounds encouraging, you know, to keep going.
Yeah. Here, it's definitely worth your time to get this out there and to get these leads coming back, because let's just say, you know, again, it's one of the multitude of ways of prospecting, and if if I'm Preston over at VoiceSmart, I send this out on a Tuesday over the next week and a half, and I get 10 of these coming back, that's 10 more people I get to call. Even if I get 5, guess what? That's 5 people I get to call. That's a little bit softer of a cold call than picking up the phone and calling someone blind, right? Things like that. I know you bring up door knocking again. I think your first day of door knocking, Preston, how many hours you do and how many, I think you set enough, how many appointments did you set?
I did about 3 or 4, and I set 3 really good ones.
Okay. Perfect. And that's his very first time going out there, right? So in one day, he set 3 new appointments. So we pretty much tell everybody, if you can set 3 new appointments every single week, you can pretty much get whatever you want in life. It's just that constant energy and effort of how do I go about generating those opportunities for myself. So, what else? Any other comments or questions? Brian, any comments or questions over at Black?
No, I do not have any questions, thanks.
Okay. And then lastly, the other thing is anybody currently recording their calls right now?
All my calls are recorded.
Oh, who's that?
Colleen.
Colleen. Okay, perfect, Colleen. Do you ever listen to them to see how you're doing over the phone?
Yes, when I first started, I listened to them quite a bit, but lately I haven't, which is a good reminder because I like doing that. It's just finding the time to.
Yeah. Does that help you when you do that?
Definitely, I see where I need to slow down, or let them speak at certain spots, or it definitely helps me.
Perfect. So here's what I'd like everybody to do. If you're following up on these leads, listen to the recording of this phone call that you're going to make. So make the phone call, listen to the recording, see how it sounded, what you would do differently. By all means, again, we're here to help. Please send the recordings to us. So after, you can send any recording you like, whether it's a regular cold phone call or if you happen to be a customer advocate and you're implementing the 3 different strategies of how to set your appointments for customer advocates and you want to send us those calls, please do so. But again, specifically on this particular topic, listen to how you're trying to set the appointment based off the script here that we've provided, and how you're doing it. And love to listen to them. Love to hear what you're saying. Happy to give you feedback, or if you find something that's working for you, love to hear that too. That you might be doing differently that you're finding success with, right? So please do so. If you're willing to do it, we're definitely willing to engage with you in that fashion. And like Colleen said, it's a good reminder to do these things. It's let's use the technology that we sell, and that's part of how we get better as salespeople. So with that, I think we're coming to the end here. I will send out the PowerPoint to everybody so you have it and you can refer to it. I'll also have Janet post it on the website in case you'd like to take a look at it. If your company is not doing these campaigns, again, can't say it enough, please get with AJ. It's another value of what we can bring to you as a tag member, and he will get you up and running quickly and as quickly as possible. And again, he does all the heavy lifting of scrubbing through your database and uploading your database into this system. So, Scott Hobbs, any comments or questions or suggestions?
No, I'm good. I would second your earlier comment about using different things in the sense of trying to get into a conversation. That has been the success that Josh had when he was doing this, that I think Jason Smith's group shared with us. So if you find in a conversation you're getting more traction out of talking about security cameras and so forth, but your intention maybe was phones when you started it, then just go there. You're just trying to get an appointment to sit down and talk with them. It doesn't have to start or be centered around phone systems. And we did get a lot more traction when we were willing to kind of take the conversation, that initial conversation, different places.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent point. Excellent. Let's see, Cam, any comments, questions, suggestions?
Well, again, just like the class we just went to, we just need to utilize this a lot more.
Okay.
The marketing campaigns and such.
Yeah, excellent. Let's see, Rick, anything on your end? Who's Rick? Okay. I think that's, Vic, did Vic come back in the room?
Yeah, we're listening, go ahead.
Vic, I know Vic stepped out. Any comments, questions, suggestions from your end?
No, this has been great.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, last time, anybody else have anything, any questions or any comments? All right, everybody. Well, thank you for your time. Greatly appreciate it. If there's anything you need on any topic, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at TAG, or we'll assist you any way we possibly can. Have a great rest of the week.
Great,
Thanks,
thank
Brian.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.